Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. I would like us to delve into this ongoing debate about JD Vance's visit to Kenya, visit that was cancelled.
President JD Vance has been cancelled.
Now, the much-awaited visit by U.S. Vice President JD Vance has been cancelled.
But let's look at this story from another angle. Remember, this is coming a day after William Ruto was hosted in one of the JAZEERA interviews, and Ruto was taken to task to explain things about what is happening in Sudan.
Mkutano uliofanyika saa 8 usiku katika ukumbi wa Edge Convention mtaani South C uliwaleta pamoja waasi na wapiganaji wa RSF pamoja na vyama vya kisiasa.
The most deadly war right now on the continent is the war in Sudan, and you know that the Sudanese army claim that your country is supporting the other side, the rapid support forces. I mean, you had a meeting in February with the RSF and some of its allies. They signed a declaration to create a parallel government. The RSF recently took Al-Fasher in Darfur in Western Sudan, and the UN says there were summary executions, there were murders, there were rapes. Are you worried Kenya's going to be seen to be on the wrong side of history here?
Not at all. Kenya is a great democratic country. We are the only place in East and Central Africa where people can come and meet freely from every part of the world. And the meeting that was there in Kenya was a meeting of the civil society, meeting of church groups, meeting of Muslim leaders, meeting of women. And they were having a conversation about their country in Sudan. Such meetings have been held in Tripoli, such meetings have been...
And the relationship between Kenya and China. Of course, you've heard previously Ruto say that Kenya is neither heading west nor east. But then at one particular time, Ruto was seen to be angling towards joining BRICS. That is the body where Russia is also part of, South Africa is part of, and many other countries, China inclusive. Now, those were statements which were not sitting well with the Trump regime. The relationship between Ruto and Trump, you can always guess, it's not a good one. And this is explained by this sudden cancellation of JD Vance. Now, earlier on before that cancellation, I had prepared a video. It is just that I had not uploaded the video, but the video was all about what the Kenyans expected from this JD Vance visit. Because remember, there's the issue of the 1998, I think, bomb blast. Remember that time when suspected Al-Qaeda operatives came to Kenya, went to the US embassy and wreaked havoc there. Then there were a lot of deaths as a result of that bomb blast. Remember that story? It took place in Tanzania also. Now, Kenyans have not been fully compensated ever since that time. And I remember Moi going publicly and declaring that people should actually solve their problems in their home, not in a neighbor's home. So the terrorists had come to settle scores in Kenya, scores which they could have settled in the US. Remember the issue of Twin Towers and the like. So back then, Kenyans were not happy with the whole event, but this matter shocked the whole world. So what happens is that the expectation here was that if JD Vance had come to Kenya like it was planned, he was going to be presented with multiple petitions and Kenyans who want compensation as a result of all those. You see, that could be one of the reasons why JD Vance had to beat a U-turn. Now, there's also the issue of Kenya and US relationship. Remember, when Rigathi Gachagua toured the US, he had a lot of story to give there. These stories were received by the Senate. Until that particular time, there was the issue of non-NATO ally status to be reviewed. We don't know whether it was reviewed but it was to be reviewed. The process had already started, but I can confirm that it has not been totally reviewed, but that is one of the things which was confirmed. And Rigathi Gachagua's campaign there was basically to make sure that Kenya loses because of William Ruto's maybe mistakes, according to Rigathi Gachagua. Now, that is also something we witness. Now, let me also take you to another incident. If J.D. Vance paid Kenya a visit, there was also the issue of AGOA. You know, Kenya wants to have more negotiations with the US because there's the issue of AGOA, which is affecting the textile industries. These EPZs cannot function well simply because of that AGOA deal. If it was withdrawn, it means things are going to be expensive. Accessing the market out there is going to be very expensive. It means the goods will have to be expensive. If the goods are going to be expensive, it can only mean that trade is under chini. That is something I suspect. So it could be that the utterances from President William Ruto could be the reason why US is not happy. It also could be that maybe after all, the US is running away from compensating Kenyans who were affected by the bomb blast of 1998, I think, there, when Moi was still in power. So either way, we suspect there is something which is more than what meets the eye. There's something, a secret agenda that Trump has with Kenya. We can say there's a lot of disappointment in the air as Kenyans still wait for Trump to make another decision of allowing J.D. Vance to come to Kenya. There's also a video I stumbled upon concerning J.D. Vance, and J.D. Vance said in one of his public interviews that he focuses on the principle of Trump that says America first. So if it's America first, it means all other nations that depend on America will always come second or third. So anything that is not serving the interests of America, J.D. Vance is not going to be party to.
South Africa, look at South Africa, what's going on. Look at South America, what's going on. You know, I'm not going to, we have a G20 meeting in South Africa. South Africa shouldn't even be in the Gs anymore because what's happened.
That explains why maybe Trump had to withdraw J.D. Vance's visit of Kenya. I highly suspect that is the case. So, ladies and gentlemen, just go below in the comment section and tell us what you think about the statement from the World Bank. Perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.